Hello Leo, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly reading from the 30th of September through to the 6th of October. I'd like to say thank you to you all for subscribing to my channel. If you're not on board yet, please, I'd love to have you on board. I'm truly overwhelmed and humbled by the response I've had to my channel, so I will continue to bring you as many messages as I can. If my readings don't resonate with you, I'm not offended if you need to move forward. Please don't actually try to make them resonate. And the other thing too is please be aware that the energies do go backwards and forwards. So sometimes I'm applying the energy to the star sign and it might belong to the cross watcher. And I've realized that a lot lately. If you should want to know anything more about me, get a private reading, donate to my channel, etc., etc., everything's in the below box. And I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot today. So, what's happening for Leos? What's happening for Leos? Okay. Oh, High Priestess. She jumped out at me when I was shuffling before. So definitely a message for you, Leo. The energy of the week will be about using your intuition and not keeping things to yourself, being able to talk to other people. Maybe you're not expressing yourself to someone. Sometimes this card can come up if we have feelings for someone and we're not speaking up. It's definitely a card of perhaps keeping a lot to yourself. I don't want to say secrets because I think sometimes we say secrets where it sort of sounds a little bit devious and ominous, but it's not what I'm talking about. It's more about, sometimes we feel something or we want to say something, but we keep it to ourselves because we don't have the courage. With the High Priestess, she sometimes keeps things back because she feels, maybe they would be better kept that way. Now, I love in this card that she's got the moon at her feet, because the moon too talks about secrets, but it talks about secrets from a much darker perspective than what this card does. So she's really stands in her intuition. She's obviously very religious and she is very in tune with her environment. But she's a priestess, of course she would be. Okay, Leo. First card out is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups talks often about we've got a lot of choices or we can be confused, whichever way it goes for you. And we'll find that out as we're moving on. But this card shows a lot of cups with different things in them. You can see there's a mask, a wreath, there's some berries. There's a dragon, a snake is the one I always think. So we don't know what our cups are what choices are going to bring us. We can make a choice, but we're never really sure what that is going to bring us in the long run. So sometimes this can be quite a confusing energy. It can also talk about us having lots of options. So it's very possible that this could be either one for you at the moment. But with the High Priestess coming out in that first position, I'm thinking there's something that's very confusing for you at the moment. Something that you're not really sure about, but we'll find out. Okay, so then I have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands talks about defending yourself. It's a card where you feel like you've got to battle with others to keep your place. It's a card of protecting your boundaries, protecting your castle, but, it might be also about protecting your heart, protecting your being so you don't get hurt. So now that's making a lot of sense to me with the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, because what that's saying to me is you want to say something to somebody. I feel like you have somebody in mind and you're not sure whether to speak this because firstly you're scared of getting hurt and secondly you're confused by how you're feeling. So you're not expressing how you're feeling because of this confusion. So I don't know whether you've been hurt in the past and this is the feeling you need to stick up for yourself, or whether you're not sure if the other person feels the same way. Okay, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. Now this says to me that whether you know this or not, you really are ready to make an offer to someone. And it's an offer of stability because it's a pentacle. So it's something very safe and very sturdy that you want to offer. But I think that you've never spoken to this person about this. So maybe it's fairly early in your dating Or maybe you haven't actually dated them yet and you want to tell them how you're feeling. Maybe they've been a friend, maybe you've not had a relationship with them at this point. But what I can say is you're ready to make this offer to them. But because of this confusion and this overprotecting yourself, you've sort of got stuck in this page energy and you're not ready to move forward. Okay, and then we have the Chariot. Here's forward movement. Rightio. So Leo, you're moving very quickly with this. I think you're starting to realise that, you know, like the High Priestess, it's no point keeping it inside if it needs to be spoken. So I don't think you're going to sit with this energy for too long. I think once you've made your mind up, you may feel a little defensive and confused, but you will move fairly quickly. Because the Chariot talks about forward movement. It talks about us taking power in this, taking the reins and moving forward. It's very much a charging forward card. You're not really sure at this time which way to go because your horses, or I think there's sphinxes in some of the other cards, are both going in different directions. So you're a little bit concerned that you haven't fully got your direction set. So it might be that you don't fully know what you're going to say. But you're definitely moving forward here. Definitely the energy has changed for you, which is awesome. And then we have the Empress. So this could be the person you're approaching, whether it be male or female. It could be how you're feeling at the moment. So if you're very much in love with this person and you have, you know, this feeling of wanting to start something new, rebirth. If you're a female, you might want to have babies with this person. Like it's that sort of, you know, feeling about moving forward with someone. But you're feeling very, very much in a, you know, that space of pure love. Pure love. You're very much in tune with your environment, very natural and ready to move forward on this. It's a very beautiful card, and I really get this lovely feeling from this card about how you're feeling at this time. I really feel like this person's really everything you ever dreamed of, and you're really worried about approaching them, and maybe even a little fearful about telling them how you feel, because you perhaps adore them, perhaps you put them on a pedestal because you think that much of them, and you're worried that they're not going to feel the same way for you. Okay, and then we have the Star. So again, with the major arcanas here, we've had a lot of these today. So the Star talks about healing. It talks about, you know, hope and trust and faith. And I really feel like this is very evident in this card, because what the universe is saying is you're feeling this love, you're ready to move forward. You know, you need to put down your defenses. You need to clear the confusion here, because they're divinely guiding you towards something that you want to have. And that's really beautiful. Now, it could be anything here. It could be love, but then it could be something else. It could be that you're wanting to move towards something you love, like your own business. So there might be a lot of people at the moment who are concerned and, you know, confused about starting up something from scratch, some sort of business, some sort of endeavour that you're starting out on. And the universe is saying you need to trust that the universe is sending you the right way here. Very important that you trust where you're being led. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So, for you people who are worried about a romantic relationship, this talks about stability. It talks about offering someone stability. But I feel like here, despite the fact that you have this concern and you're being overprotected, this really says to me that the other person's feeling exactly the same way. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. If this is a job, then obviously it's a very lucrative deal, whether it's business or working for someone else. So whatever you're moving towards here in the Chariot is actually a really, really good investment either way. Okay, and then I have the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is better, because I think before, you know, you were looking at being the Page of Pentacles and offering something stable. But what the universe is saying now, you need to be truthful, which we said before in that first card that came out. Where were we? The High Priestess, you know, keeping your secrets to yourself. Perhaps a better way to approach this is to be honest and upfront about how you're feeling. Now, this knight's returning from battle because, as you can see, his sword's all bloodied. But for you, this is about using your sword to cut through anything and talk and speak what you need to say. So instead of going forward with the very small offer in the Page of Pentacles, maybe it's better to go forward and actually speak about what is really going on here. Now, the other thing is this person could be talking back. So you might go forward as the Page of Pentacles and offer something stable. And the person you offer it to actually tells you that they're feeling the same way. Because that can be the case with this too. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then we have the Magician, and again with the Major Arcana, so quite a lot in this reading as well. So the Magician is just reassuring you and saying, Leo, that you actually shouldn't be worried or confused here because you have everything you need to be able to do this, which is pretty wonderful. So if you're worried about, feeling confident about doing this, you can manifest this, or you have probably manifested this. But this looks at eternity here, which I love a lot. Because this is talking about something long-term with the wands in his hand. He's ready to make magic. And the last card out is the Hierophant. So this will be an offer that is possibly religious, possibly about faith and trust, but certainly a relationship that could lead to marriage and long-term. So I feel that the universe is guiding me towards the keys here, and there are 2 of them. So if you're thinking of offering someone the key to your heart, I can almost assure you that they're going to offer it back again. Not yours back, theirs back. Okay, so I'll draw a Romance Angels on this one. It's not necessarily a love reading, because there's a very, small portion of you who are looking at, starting off a new business and how to approach it. But whatever it is, it's definitely fantastic with the Star, the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician and the Hierophant. It says to me, whatever you're doing here is not only long term, but it's also about having a stable, very trusting relationship. Oh, okay. So what's come out is this could be the one. So I like that. It's a very nice ending for that reading. So if you're thinking of approaching someone, Leo, this could be the one. Thanks, Leo.